If AI makes consulting faster, why are clients still paying by the hour? I read an interesting article by Sebastian Pellejero in Reuters last week. It's called Consultants Confront AI Heal Thyself Moment, and I'll include a link to it in the description because it's definitely worth reading. The article looks at the pressure that AI is placing on the consulting industry, but it's not the typical AI might replace people storyline. It's actually a lot cleverer than that. It asks a question being faced by consultancies and their clients around the world. If AI allows a consultancy to complete work much faster, should the client still pay the same fee? For decades, much of consulting has been built around a fairly simple model. A firm assembles a team. That team works for a certain number of weeks or months. Timesheets are collected and the client pays for their time. More people, more hours means a larger fee. But AI begins to disrupt that relationship. Research that once took several weeks may now only take a few days, maybe even hours. Analysis can be accelerated. Large volumes of information can be reviewed by much smaller teams, and presentations can be produced rapidly. At least initially, that sounds like good news for the consulting firms. They can deliver the same work with fewer people and a lower internal cost. But the consultancies don't live inside of a bubble. The clients realize these savings are being made, and that leads to an obvious set of questions, like who should benefit from that productivity? Should the consultancy simply make a larger margin? Or should the client expect a lower fee? Pellejero's article suggests that the pressure is already building for consultancies to move away from purely charging for time and towards charging for outcomes. Logically speaking, that makes sense. Clients rarely want 40 days of consulting, they just want a problem to be solved or a transformation to be completed. The hours are merely an input, but they were never the value in itself. And now AI makes that distinction much harder to ignore. Because when technology reduces the input required, a fee that's based almost entirely on that input becomes much more difficult to defend. However, outcome-based consulting creates its own problems. Suppose a consultancy helps to design a transformation that eventually saves an organization $10 million. How much of that saving was genuinely and provably created by the consultancy versus how much came from the client's own people? What happens when the advice is good but the implementation is poor? Or when the consultancy delivers everything that was promised but changing market conditions prevent the expected benefit from appearing? Consulting outcomes can never be as clean as selling a product. They emerge from complex organizations over long periods of time with many people contributing. So while outcome-based fees sound attractive, agreeing what success actually means can become very difficult very quickly. So I suspect the real change will sit somewhere between the two models. Clients will still pay for expertise and capacity, but they'll expect smaller teams, faster delivery, and a much clearer connection between the fee and the value being created. Consultancies may also need to put more of their own confidence on the line. Perhaps they'll have a greater blend of fixed fees, delivery of agreed milestones, but also some part linked to measurable results. That changes the relationship. The consultancy would no longer be rewarded just for being present. It would be rewarded for helping something to happen. For that, then teams would need to work more on benefits management, doing the hard stuff that we tend to skip, like getting clear baselines, agreeing measures, having transparent reporting, maybe even investing in some sort of independent assurance. But the more consulting shifts from selling effort to promising outcomes, the more important it becomes to verify those outcomes are real. AI may make consulting faster, But the next phase of consulting won't just be about using better technology. It'll be about accepting greater accountability for results. And when advice, delivery and fees all become tied together, independent assurance may be what gives both the client and the consultancy confidence that the value is genuine. If you're facing that challenge, I'd love to hear about it. And if I can offer any advice, I'll be glad to help.